Good evening. Hi, everybody. Julie here with your evening gentle chair yoga practice through the cancer support community. So glad to be with you here this Thursday evening. I hope you had a wonderful day and that this can help you either regroup or decompress or, experience joy, whatever it feels like for you today. Your yoga is very personal to you, and how your body expresses yoga, that's what it's all about. So please remember, don't do anything that feels painful or highly uncomfortable. And please don't do anything that any of your healthcare professionals have told you not to do. Okay? Go at your own pace, do what works, leave the rest behind. Okay? You don't have to keep up with me or any ideas that you have. Just go with what feels good, and let's create a little ease in our yoga practice this evening. So sit in your chair. Very important thing about the chair that you use, you want to make sure that it's not too tall and not too short. When you're sitting in your chair, your feet should easily touch the floor. And we're not sitting all the way back in the chair. We're sitting maybe halfway or a little more forward than that. Feet on the floor. Also, you know if the chair is too short if your knees are up higher than your hips. Okay, it's not really a very comfortable position to be in. So please make sure that you're in a chair that's tall enough so that your knees are slightly below your hips, but still that your feet can be on the floor. So you might have to add a cushion to the chair that you have, or find a shorter chair, or whatever works. Just keep that in mind. No matter where you're sitting or what you're doing, in a desk chair, it doesn't matter. The hips should be slightly higher than the knees, okay? And you don't want a chair that's too tall or too short. Just right is what we're looking for. As you sit up tall in your chair with your feet on the floor, just take a minute and feel your feet on the floor. Hopefully you're barefoot like me, or maybe you have your socks on, and just kind of feel your toes on the floor. You can wiggle them a little bit, place them down, maybe lift your heels, so when you place those feet down, you could really let them soften into the floor underneath you. You can rest your hands on your thighs or anywhere that feels comfortable. Let's just take a moment and lift the shoulder joints up, move them straight back, and lower them down. You can do this a few times. These shoulder rolls can feel very comfortable. Just breathe, and then lift them up, move them back, and relax them down. Hopefully your neck feels tall and you don't feel any tension anywhere at the top of the shoulders. Move the line of your jaw straight back a little bit so you can center your head or your skull over your neck, right, in line with your spine. Your shoulders kind of center back over your hips. Whenever we are seated, we're using a little bit of core energy, right? Hugging the front and back waist in gently to keep us upright. Let's take a minute now. Inhale and exhale. And on the next one, inhale. And as you exhale, allow your eyes to rest and close. Nice. Just see if you can keep the eyes soft. Let the eyelids be relaxed. And with the eyes resting, maybe you can relax the rest of your face, softening your eyebrow and all the lines in your forehead, just a little bit. Releasing the ears and the cheeks. Just letting your body breathe itself. You don't have to breathe in any special way here. Maybe you can create a little relaxation through the joint at your jaw. Kind of let it relax a little, let your jaw go slack. Feel the whole jawbone soften down. You can even imagine the back of your skull is soft. And then maybe take a moment and imagine that your brain and your skull is softening down as well, lowering down inside the skull. Focus now on the softness of your hands. Fingers curved. Notice any sensations that you feel in your hands and your feet. Warmth, vibration, coolness, whatever it might be. Just notice that. Notice the feet relax and the hand relax. Can you also soften from the tops of your shoulders through and down your arms? And add a little relaxation, feeling of settling from the hips seated in the chair down the thigh bones, knees and shins and calves. Notice any sensations that you feel in any parts of your body now. I'm not telling a story about it or judging it in any way or describing it, just noticing what we feel and where we feel it. Might be a pulsation or a feeling of pressure. Take some deeper breaths now. As you inhale, let the belly soften. And as you exhale, feel the belly move back inward. Inhale as the belly softens and relaxes out, widens, softens out. And as you exhale, the belly gently draws back in. Focus on any sensation in your belly as you breathe. Make your belly your anchor. Each inhale, the rib cage widens, the belly softens. Each exhale, the rib cage moves back into position and the belly draws in. Good. Great. Open your eyes up. Just take a minute, acclimate to what you see around you. So we were focusing on sensations in our body and in our breath. And that's a great way to stay present and in the moment. So if we get distracted by any thoughts around us, we can pull ourselves back into the present moment by feeling any sensations in our body or focusing on our belly as we breathe. Okay, it's really a lovely habit to learn. All right, so we're sitting up nice and tall in this chair. Maybe the knees are directly over the ankles. The feet are about hips width apart. The knees are about hips width apart. Let's roll those shoulders back a little bit bigger. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Oh, maybe you're feeling some crunchiness when you roll your shoulders back. It's okay. Good. Oh. And then put your hands on your thighs and take one leg out and just circle that ankle. You can keep your heel on the floor. You don't have to pick your foot up. Circle the ankle one direction and the other. Kind of squinch your toes. Maybe point and flex that foot. Nice. Place it back where it belongs. And then release the other leg. Circle the ankle. Oh, one direction, the other. Wiggle the toes. Squinch them up a little bit. You can press through the heel and then point, heel, point. and bring that foot back. Let's bring the hands to heart center so we can feel the wrists. This is called wrist extension, right? And what we're going to do is we're just going to gently push the palms, the hands together to one side and then the other. This involves your forearm, your hands and wrists. Good. And then holding the hands here, inhale here, exhale, point the fingertips out, stretch the arms a little bit, and inhale them back in. And this, okay, so now we're going to inhale here and exhale, and inhale the hands up and exhale. Woo. Inhale here, exhale, reach and point the fingertips forward. Inhale now, up and exhale. Inhale here, exhale, reach. And then inhale, bring the palms up all the way up. And bring them down. Now you can release, circling the wrists, one direction, and then the other, smooth. You can move your fingers a bit. Very purposeful movement that we have going on. That's great. Very good. All right, so let's open up nice and wide. Inhaling as we open up our chest, and exhaling as we hug ourselves. Inhaling as we open up the chest, and exhaling as we hug with the other arm on top, and inhaling, and exhaling, going at your own speed, and exhaling. Beautiful. And then we're going to open up here, and we're going to hold on to the opposing elbow. You have one arm on top. Let's make some circles maybe, or you can just go side to side. We're not pulling or yanking at our elbows. We're just kind of checking out the range of motion that we have in our shoulder joints this evening. If you circle in one direction, make sure you circle in the other. Awesome. Now we're going to switch which hand is on top. So we're going to place the other hand on top, holding onto the elbows. And once again, you can circle or you can like slide from side to side. It's whatever feels okay for your chest and your shoulders. Just make sure that you circle in both directions. Nice and easy as we breathe. Awesome. And release. And move the shoulders back once again, sitting up nice and tall in our chair. We're going to make those serotonin circles. So whether you're newer to chair yoga practice or done it with me before or with anyone else before, these circles where the back stays elongated. So I'm really just rocking across my pelvis or my back end, and my torso is coming forward and back, and the spine is staying long. Let's go in the other direction. The serotonin that your body produces, which helps you, relax and get sleepy and all that kind of good stuff. Most of that is actually produced in your gut, in this lower part of your body. So by making these circles, we're kind of invigorating that area a little bit, and hopefully, getting it to produce a little bit of serotonin. So this is nice to do before bed, a little bit before bed if you have difficulty sleeping, right? All right, just maybe one more. Sit up nice and tall. Let's give ourselves a big stretch. One hand down, one hand up. Reach, reach, reach. And then switch. Inhaling and exhaling. So I'm not bending over. I'm not doing any side bend. I'm just reaching one arm down and one arm up. Inhaling and exhaling. I apologize if you can hear my dog chewing on his bone, but that's really the only way that I can keep him out of the room here. Exhale. Exhale. Oh, very good. Hopefully this feels nice. And then release that down. You can roll those shoulders back again. Beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice easy movement. So if we're gonna sweep our knees from side to side, which I'd like to do, we don't want to have our feet flat on the floor when we do it. So you can kind of come up more on the balls of your feet or your toes, and that's going to enable you to kind of sweep your knees from one side to the other. Nice and easy. So I'm rocking across the balls of my feet and my heels are off the floor. We have a little bit more opportunity to move our hips, right? When we don't have our feet flat on the floor. When we put our feet flat on the floor, we do what they call closing the chain. And that means that your alignment kicks in. So if your feet are flat on the floor, the alignment of the feet, the ankles, and the knees are not going to allow a lot of movement in the hips, right? So if you come up though on the balls of your feet, you take the heels off the floor, your hips have more ability to move safely, right? Awesome. Very good. Okay, great job. So now we're going to move the waist kind of the same way. You're going to turn and turn. So you can like let your arms just sweep. Now you'll notice as you do this that your butt is moving in your chair. As you turn, one of your cheeks comes forward of the other, or one hip comes forward of the other. And that's exactly what's supposed to happen. You're going to feel your knees and your feet moving too. As our hips want to twist. So working this is more of a lower twist, right? Using the knees to move and the hips to move feels really good. All right. Sitting tall still. Good. So we started to kind of get the hips and the lower back moving together to twist. So now we want to encourage the upper back and shoulders to do a little bit more twisting too. So let's take one leg out, heel down, toes up, right? So we're going to take this one leg out, heel down, toes up. All right. I'm going to take both arms out in front of us. It's okay if you can't straighten your knee. You can keep a little bend. Just keep your toes up. And I'm going to take the opposite arm and pull the shoulder back. So this is going to turn my heart away from that long leg and towards the leg with the bent knee. Good. So this is more of an upper body twist. You can feel that. Nice. And then come back to the center position. Let's switch legs. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the other elbow back. And turn your heart to that side. Good. Nice. And let's come forward and switch sides once again. Extend the leg, turn the opposite direction. Good. Inhale here, bring it back. Exhale, extend the other leg and turn to keep the spine nice and tall. So you're feeling this as you pull the elbow back. It's encouraging that shoulder to move back. And as the one shoulder moves back, the other one moves forward. They want to stay in alignment as you twist. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Let's do one more time each side. Notice how your belly feels when you exhale. Pulls in when it draws in, right? Which really supports the twist. And back to the center. Awesome. Great job. Great job. Okay. B-E-A, beautiful, as I like to say. All right, so let's kind of feel our arms a little bit. You can let them sweep. Hopefully you have a chair with no arms. That's really what I recommend. But if you have one with arms, that's okay. Just sweep a little bit safely. You don't want to hit anything. Just a little bit of sweeping going on. Nice. And then we're going to add on to this. So we're going to add on to this a hip hinge, which means we're going to hinge forward. So when we hinge forward, the back remains flat. Okay? So we don't come too far down. We don't bring our head lower than our heart. Okay. So sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, hinge down. Good. Inhale up. Notice how your feet play a part in this. Both as you sweep down and as you sweep back up. As you sweep down, press down through those heels. As you sweep up, same thing applies. Right? Use the legs to help keep you stable. Because that's their job. Your hips and your legs. Stability. Stability. The upper body, mobility, expression. Keep the hands soft and relaxed. And if you can't get your arms all the way up for whatever reason, don't worry about it. If you have to bend the elbows, that's okay. We're just hinging. So this helps strengthen our back muscles and our core. Down. Up, and just one more, and up. Good job. Awesome. Roll the shoulders back. You can roll one back and then the other. Awesome. So we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take the hands out front. And you might want your feet hips width apart or a little wider. You see mine are a little bit wider. And my knees and my ankles are in line. So if that makes you feel more stable, you're sitting towards the front of the chair, right? The front or the more forward third of the chair, or half of the chair. So we're going to take these hands together. And then we're going to pull the elbows apart and extend the arms. So you have like one long arm. Hug in the waist. Lift the rib cage up away from the top of your pants and hug it in. Soften the shoulders down though as you keep the rib cage lifting and hugging in. And we're going to make like an airplane. Beautiful. Nice. Inhale here. Exhale. Hold that belly. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. Try to keep the arms in line if you can. If you can't, it's okay. We don't want to feel any tension in the shoulders, but you really have to hug in the front and back waist. All right? You really got to make sure that you're not folding forward. Just creating some flexion in the side waist. So it's a lot more work for the obliques and for the abdominals and back muscles because your arms are out wide. So if this is really challenging for you, you can bend the elbows. You can put your arms by your sides. It's okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great job. Come on up. Awesome. Roll the shoulders back. Okay. So a little bit more for the shoulders and for the legs as well. So we're going to take our hands and you can clasp your fingers and press your palms over your head, or you can just place one hand on top of the other and press the palms up overhead. You do what feels most comfortable for your hands. Notice as you reach up through your palms, you press down into your seat and not the back third of your gluteal tissue, but the front third of the hips, right? So kind of more in front of the sit bones. Good, so the spine can stay long. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands in and press the back of your hands out in front of your chest. Good, so we're opening up that area between the shoulder blades. And let's do this again. Inhale up. And exhale out. And inhale up. And exhale out. Let's make this a little bit different now. Now we're going to take these hands and we're going to sweep them in and up the chest, palms up. So we're making a circle. We're bringing the hands up, forward, and then close to the chest. Up, forward, and then close to the chest. You're making a big circle with your arms. You can clasp the hands or just press the palms, whatever works. We want to think that we're making a big circle. And then you can add the hip hinge. So make that circle forward as you hinge, and then sit back and lift those arms up. Circle forward. Good. Bring it in close to you. Up. Circle forward as you hinge. Bring it in close to you. Up. Just a few more times. Good. You want to keep a strong waist, strong muscles. That's okay. Up and out. Woo. Come on in. Notice how the shoulders feel. Relax them back. If you ever feel a tightness happening in your lower back and your hips, you can make those small circles, right? It's going to help you feel a little bit better. And I did mention we were going to do more for our legs. All right. So nice and easy. You can place your hands here. Basically, the palms are going to press down as the knee lifts. Lift. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now right here, inhale and exhale. Notice the difference? Inhale here. Exhale as the knee comes in. Because when you exhale, remember, right, from the beginning of class, the belly draws in as you exhale. So when you lift a knee, your abdominals tighten, okay? So that action, the action of the lungs, the action of the diaphragm, and the abdominal muscles are all working together. If you exhale when you lift your knee. Inhale, exhale. Good. And one more time on each side. It doesn't matter how high you lift your knee at all. Very good. Awesome. So we're going to add on to that a little bit. Okay. So hands here, inhale here, exhale. Bring the knee in, straighten the leg out. Take the hands out. Good. And come back. Nice. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Straighten the leg. Inhale, reach the arms out. Breathe. Inhale here. And exhale. So we exhale. We extend. And in. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And extend. Now your foot can be very close to the floor. It's okay. Good. So you can inhale up if you want. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can take the arms up if you like. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Sit up nice and tall when you straighten out that leg. And exhale. Great job. Okay, very good. Let's take a little side to side movement here. So we're going to move the legs, which is going to activate the hip muscles. So you're going to pick up the foot and walk it over to the side. Good. And step it back. Very simple. Very simple. You want to open up a little bit more when you do this. You can place your hands here in front of your chest or behind the ears as you pick it up and open it out to the side. Good. And bring it back. Try to keep your heart forward. Good. Great job. And then if you want, you can begin to extend the one hand with the one leg. Great. Gorgeous. Beautiful. You can notice that your hips are working. You feel the muscles as you open out and close. Now we're going to extend the hip with the opposite arm out. See if you notice how that feels. Some people find this feels very equalizing. That's a pretty interesting way to put that. Out and in. Here we go. And out. In. Keep going. And out. And in. One more. And out. And in. Great job. Awesome. Roll those shoulders back. Let's take it easy now. Do a little cat-cow stretching so you can widen your feet a little bit. Some people like to take bigger cat-cow stretches. All right, it's completely up to you. What you like to do, I'll turn aside. Some people like a wider position. So inhaling, we press the chest, the rib cage forward. We are a cow lifting face to the sun, letting its belly hang out. Tail is lifting. Big stretch for your abdominals. And then on the next exhalation, we're going to round back, pressing our rib cage to the back of the chair, tucking the tailbone under, relaxing the head. So you can think of it as like a Halloween cat with an arched spine. Or you can think of these positions as wind blowing into a sail. As you inhale up, the wind blows from behind and the sail billows forward, big stretches for the hips, the chest, the shoulders. And then as you exhale, the wind comes from the front and billows the sail back towards the back of the chair. So however you want to think about it, go ahead and do that. And then just continue these. Inhaling and exhaling. These can be really small. They don't have to be really big. But they might feel good. Just good. Move your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Woo. Just breathe. Doing great. There's 6 positions of our spine. That would be these 2 here, flexion and extension. And then twisting to the right and the left, which we did. And then side bending to the right and the left, which we also did. So we have concluded basic 6 positions of the spine. Awesome. And then maybe do one more set. We'll have a rest if you need to. And forward. Awesome. Come back to the center position. My chair. Great job this evening. Good work, everybody. Okay. Here we are. Once again, let's stretch those legs out, heels down, toes up. Now I'm sitting towards the front third of my chair, so whatever feels comfortable for you. And then what I'd like you to do is reach back to the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, whatever's comfortable for you. And see if you can hold steady with your strong arms and lift your heart up. So you're arching your upper back up towards the ceiling. So you are relying on the strength of your arms a little bit to help lift the chest up. You don't need to drop your head back. You want it to go wherever the spine leads it and hold. The head is not the leader, the chest is, the heart is. Gorgeous. And then come on back up. Great job. Let's just do a couple nice, easy twists. So we're going to take the arms over to the side. Inhale and exhale into the other side. Beautiful. So let's make those half circles. Inhale and exhale. Woo. So the hands go to the right, you twist to the right. The hands go to the left, you twist to the left. And you stay up nice and tall. Let one shoulder move back as the other moves forward each time you turn. Let your knees move a little bit, maybe your hips slide in the chair. Whew. And on this next twist, bring the arms up and over and turn to the side. Roll both shoulders back, hold the belly button in, let your hips do their thing. And then with your chin parallel to the ground, go ahead and look back over your shoulder. So what they call a total body twist, right? We're starting down at the bottom, the hips, the lower back, all the way up through the neck. And back to center. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, take a nice twist. Again, you're gonna feel your hips and knees move. That's okay. Roll both shoulders back. Your back is nice and tall. Draw your jaw back. Chin is parallel. And look back over your shoulder. Only as far as is comfortable. Maybe you continue looking with your eyes if you don't move your neck as far. And then come on back to the center position. Great job. You can make some circles. Good work, good work. Very good, very good. Let's stretch one leg out again, and we're going to give ourselves a nice hinge forward, really lengthening through that leg, heel down, toes up. Good. And you can place your fingertips on that leg. That's cool. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this front hand, if it's your, right hand on your right leg or whatever the situation is, and you're going to place the back of the hand towards the inside of the shin, okay? And then you're going to roll the upper shoulder back so your heart turns away from that long leg. You can place that back hand on your hip, right? Pull the belly button in. Good job. Nice. Breathe. And then come back to the center position. Bring the hands up. Great job. Switch sides. The other leg out. We're just going to slide that hand down. Keep the toes lifting, even if your knee's bending. It's okay. It's all good. Fingertips rest gently. We don't want to push on that long leg. And then if it feels comfortable to you, you can just take this hand, place the back of your hand inside your shin, roll the opposite shoulder back, place that hand on your hip. Good. Now, wherever your heart is pointing, that's where you can be looking, okay? You don't have to twist your neck to get your head to look at the ceiling. Beautiful. Inhale here, exhale, come on back and up. All right. Okay, so there is a pose in yoga called Trikonasana. Tri means three, and Kona means angle. So Trikonasana, okay, so 3 angles. There's a lot of different ways you can think about the number 3 with that particular pose. Stick our feet out a little bit wide. We're towards the front edge of the chair, okay? So make sure that you don't fall out of the chair. So we're gonna take one foot and we're gonna turn it so that it's straight up and down. It's not turning out with an open hip. It's more centered, okay? And then this other, so the toes point towards the front of your chair. The other foot, however, will turn out And those toes are going to point to the side. So your side leg may be your left leg, and your front leg may be your right leg. Good. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take this right leg and inch it away so that it straightens. So I don't know if you can see that because of the way my chair is, but I'm kind of straightening out this leg. So I turned a little bit of my chair so you can see me. I straighten out the leg, my foot is on the floor. Now I have my other leg over here. Knee is bent. I'm sitting in the chair. So what I'd like to do is take that leg and straighten it out as well. Ooh, now we have two straight legs. Okay, this set of toes pointing to the side, this set of toes pointing towards the front. Good. Roll the shoulders back. So this is my front leg, the one that's pointing out to the side, okay? Let's reach out towards that leg, like we're reaching over it. Beautiful. Pull the belly in, roll the shoulders back, and then place that hand relaxed on the inside of the leg, just like we did a moment ago. So now we're going to take the opposite hand, press the palm towards the ceiling, and then as we are ready, we're going to reach it up. So now we have one arm pointing down, the other up, and it's like one long arm. And you have two straight legs. Good. Heart faces the front of the chair. So in triangle pose, the back leg, the one you straightened first, represents the past. And we need to honor the past in order to move forward. The arms represent, right? The arms and the head represent the future, what there is to offer us. The hips represent the present. You have to be present. You have to be in the moment, right? In order to honor the past, to be stable as you move forward into the future. Very good. Come on up. Ooh, hello. Now we have to switch these, so gently walk them in. All right. So we're going to take this side leg out. This is the one that the toes face forward. Okay. Nice, long, straight leg. And this other leg, toes turn out, knees bent. Great. And then as you work towards this, you're going to straighten both legs. Again, watch the chair. Stay on the chair, please. So one set of toes is pointing towards the side. The other one is pointing towards the front. So you're going to take this arm. This is your front leg, the one that's turned out to the side. And we're going to reach over that front leg. Reach, reach, reach. Pull the front and back of the waist up. Even lift your rib cage up before you reach. Good. And then maybe slide the hand down so it rests toward the inside. And then the other hand can stay on your waist. You can hold a tray of whatever this might be. Or you can begin to stretch it so the arms line up. So you're twisting a bit at the waist here. You know, just twisting a little bit to open up that heart. And again, your face looks in the direction your heart is pointing. Many people in triangle pose will turn their head to look up at the ceiling. If you do it, you'll notice it's not very comfortable. So keep the head facing the heart. This is the best anatomically. It feels the best. And that's what we're here for, right? We're here to feel some ease in our asana, right? To honor our past, to look forward to our future, and to stay rooted in the present. Rooted and hopeful. And then when you're ready, you can lower the one arm, pull the belly button as you come up. Woo! Nice job, triangle pose. Ah, that's a biggie, huh? Yeah, that's definitely a biggie. Whenever we move the legs apart, it definitely is a lot of work for the hips and the muscles surrounding the hips. It may feel more comfortable when we do asymmetrical hip opening, which is one leg forward, one leg back. So let's do that. We'll turn sideways in the chair, one leg forward and one leg back. So this is a lunge type pose. So the front foot and ankle line up, and the back leg, straighten it a bit behind you. Come up on the back toe, straighten it. Notice how that feels. It creates a back bend, yeah? So as you straighten the back leg, if you can straighten the back, even if it's only a little, lift the heart up, roll the shoulders back. You can even bring up one arm and keep the other hand on the back of the chair. Beautiful. It's a chair version of Anjalayasana. As the heart presses forward. Gorgeous. And then we're going to bring that arm down. And this time we're going to take this leg that we were straightening behind us. And we're going to bring it forward a little bit so the knee bends 90 degrees and points straight down from the hip. So we want to stretch the front of this thigh. So let's pull the belly button in and continue to stretch the knee down towards the floor. By pulling the belly button in, we tuck the pelvis, and that will incur a stretch in the front of the hip and thigh. And you can reach that same arm up, make some circles with your wrists, one direction and the other, and then even pat yourself on the back. Whee. Stretching out through the tricep a little bit. One. Good job. Bring it down, lean in, so you can bring that back leg forward. And let's try the other side. So half of me is sitting in a chair. The other leg is kind of off the chair. And I'm going to take that leg back. So the front knee, the knee and ankle line up. The back leg, if you can straighten the knee and stretch it back, it might feel good too. Go ahead and do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. Or maybe you can only do a little, that's okay. But think about rolling the shoulders back, kind of arching the back as you do. You can even take that front arm, lift it up. Keep the other arm or hand on the back of the chair. Whee. And you can release that. Great job. So now we're going to bend that back knee and bring that foot a little forward so the knee end lines up with the hip. And we're going to pull the belly button in so that our hip tucks under. You can feel your hips tuck under. When they tuck under, you can feel a stretch in the front of this thigh as that knee points down towards the floor. Again, you can raise that same arm up, circle the wrist. Keep pulling the belly button in very strongly so the hip moves a little bit and you can feel stretch in your thigh. And then go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Whee. Great job. And then we're going to release that arm down, lean in, bring that foot back up, come back to the center position. Let's make some little circles because they feel good. And the other way. Awesome. Okay. So there's many ways to stretch the hips. We did open hip stretching, which is symmetrical hip stretching. We did asymmetrical hip stretching in the lunge position. So there's a couple other ones. Go ahead and widen the feet a little bit and slide your hands down your front legs and rest your forearms on your thighs. Now you can probably feel that your back end is widening a little bit behind you in the chair. All right, so this is another way to stretch the hips. Forward bending stretches the hips. So if this is comfortable for you, you can begin to kind of lift the belly and release your heart down. Release the hands down a little bit. Maybe your hands stay on your knees. Maybe they go towards your feet or touch the floor. Kind of still think maybe you're kind of widening your hips. You can even widen your feet further apart. Imagine if I asked you to squat, how wide you might have to take your feet. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're kind of mimicking a squat here with our back end pressing back and up through the chair. And it's okay, you know, if you don't want to take your head lower than your heart, you don't have to. Come up on those fingertips, keep your elbows here, but just think about widening back through the hips. Good. And then engage that belly, bring those elbows back up, come on up. Woo, awesome. And then there's one more way to stretch the hips, and that's to cross one leg over the other. What this does is stretch some of the more internal muscles that we have, like your piriformis, okay? So let's think about that. You can cross at the ankle and widen the knee out, sitting up nice and tall. Or you can cross your legs like you're having coffee with a friend, but spread your top toes, keep the foot strong. Or you can cross into like a number 4, cross the one ankle against the other top of the opposite thigh. Whichever one you choose, please sit up as tall as you can in your chair, pushing down through your back and reaching up through the top of your ears. You're gonna feel the stretching in the outer hip. Nice. If you want, you can even reach up, inhaling here, and exhaling. If you want to increase the stretch, you can hinge slightly forward, keep this foot flexed. Again, the back is flat when we do this hinging, okay? And we really want to keep this foot active so the ankle stays in line with the knee. So even if we do have tight hips, it won't cause these two joints to torque away from each other. So always keep this foot nice and strong. Breathe into your hips. And then come on up and let's switch. Cross the other leg over or cross it, you know, whatever way is comfortable. Spread the toes though, or cross it in the number 4 position. Good. Whatever works for you. Sit up nice and tall, push down through your sit bones and back, and reach up through the tops of the ears. And then, you know, inhale up if you like. Really feel you're pressing down to the seat as you're rising up, and then you can hinge. You don't have to hinge. If you're feeling enough, that's fine. You can stay upright. I don't ever believe in pushing on a knee or on a joint, okay? So be very mindful. Again, keep the foot flexed so we don't torque our joints. Tight hips are one of the big reasons for knee issues for a lot of people. So we get a lot of hip stretching in yoga, and that is very helpful. Just breathe into your hip. Ooh, we are almost done, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Ready, come on up and uncross. Nice job. If you want to make the circles, you can do that. Give yourself a little circle one direction and the other. Then let's just take a moment, sit in a chair. You can move your butt back further in the chair, but let your butt go first. Like widen your tissues out behind you so that when you do sit up, your lower back is away from the back of the chair, okay? And just let your legs go wherever you're comfortable. Take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, sigh. Notice how everything settles down when you sigh. Do it again. And on the next one, inhale. And as you exhale, close the eyes. Let the shoulders relax down. Let the hands soften. Let your hips soften in the seat of the chair. And for the next few exhales, imagine that same feeling that you had when you were sighing. Each exhale represents your body settling, releasing, softening. A little bit more with each exhale. Maybe there's an area of your body that's habitually tight. Focus your exhales there. As you exhale, just let it go, let it soften. These don't have to be deep breaths. Notice your hands and feet, their softness and relaxation. And then focus on the belly. As your body breathes itself and you inhale, the belly softens. And as you exhale, it draws back in. Focus on the action of the belly for the next few breaths. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Look around just a little bit. You can move your head from one side to the other. It's okay. Just acknowledge and see what's going on around you, different shapes and colors. You did a great job with your yoga practice this evening with me. I honor the divine teachers within all of you. May we all find peace no matter what we are given. Namaste, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend.